दीना गुरमन दीना गुरमन दीना गुरमन दीना सुन शब्द तुम्हारा मेरा मन पीना 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 बोल तुम्हारी लालना बोल तुम्हारी लालना।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। What a beautiful
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
what a beautiful Shabad we were listening. I love it. I must say you, Vaheguru Ji. Through Ji, I dedicate my mind to this. Why? Because on Shabad Tumara, when I listen to the beautiful words of your Shabad, Vaheguru Ji, Mera Mana Pina. Pina means be so happy, be so enraptured. That's what happens as we come together. And today, welcome to day 31 of our lessons on the saints. And I'm sure you've heard the Shabad before too. It's actually a pori. So we'll be discussing that in a short while. And there are three parts to this Shabad. You may not have heard part 1 and 2, but Sang Nidhan Amrit Chakiye. Have you heard of this Shabad before? Santa Sang Nidhan Amrit Chakiye, which means of saints. What do? We will taste the treasure of the Nam. So are you ready to taste the treasure of the Amrit Nam today? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. So have you heard of the Shabad? Anyone? When do you sing the Shabad? Santa Sang Nidhan Amrit Chakiye.
Amrit Vela is in the Shabda Hazare. Is it?
No, it's not in the Shabad Hazare.
Sorry.
I'll show you the first line. It says Kita. Lodi.
Yeah. Oh, when the wedding.
When the wedding ceremonies. Yes. So nowadays we all sing this party only during weddings. You know, Karaj Des. Karaj is like the wedding. De Savar Satgur Satsakya. So this is the main party because the next line says Santa Sang Nidhan Amrit Chakya. So here we're going to talk about this party in a while because Karaj De Savar, which means God will resolve affairs and make them fully successful. This is the guarantee Guruji gives us. Say wow.
Wow.
I want you to start thinking of some of the courage you and I have in our lives that are not coming true. And then we will wonder, why aren't they coming true? Because Santa Sang Nidhan Amrit Chakye, they should have come true because Satchasakya, the Guruji is giving us the guarantee that all our affairs will be resolved. So while we are discussing the Shabad, maybe we'll ask for 1, 2, 3 examples from the Sangat. What are your courage that are not coming through, and what can be done? So today Shabad starts with Slok Mahalla Pehla, Tan Sri Nanak Dev Ji Shabad. And the first part is a beautiful long story about, how the false-minded people, and then Guruji is using woman an example, the butcheress as an example, and the slandering of other people is like the cleaning woman who is cleaning our path by slandering us. Say wow.
Wow.
And also the deceitful anger is like the outcast woman. So in the very first line, there are 4 kinds of women Guruji is going to talk about. So let's see where Guruji is taking us, because of the Shabad, it's a little bit, negative, or in a way warning us a lot of things, what not to do. So Kubud, Tumani, Kud, Kasayana, oh my God, wow, 2 different words, 2 different kinds of women. Parninda, which means slandering other people. Kata, Chuhudi, Muthi, Kathor, Chandal. Chuhudi, word you have heard before, I'm very sure. Chandal is another. All these are very hard words in Punjabi. So maybe Auntie Jessie, would you like to read English first?
False-mindedness is the drummer woman. Cruelty is the butcheress. Slander of others in one's heart is the cleaning woman. And deceitful anger is the outcast woman.
Oh my God. So Guruji just told us about 4 kinds of women. And then Palji, just now you say in the Padi, we're going to talk about the Shabad that normally everyone sings during the wedding. So I want to start thinking today, because you have these programs for 31 days. 31 days is the longest number of days that any month ever has, isn't it? Some days have 28 days, 29 days, 30 days, and then boom, 31 days is the longest month. So you and I have been spending 1 month literally understanding so many Shabads about the power of saints. So here, why is Guruji talking about, oh my God, the 4 kinds? And I want to remind you that men don't think God is not talking about us, because in the eyes of Sikhism, we are all women and we are going to marry that one Supreme Lord God Vaiguruji. Say wow.
Wow.
So this Shabad is not talking about just, 4 kind of women, but it's the same thing that is relevant to men. But let's just read on first, and then maybe we'll have a better understanding. Kari katiye ja chare baithiyan naal. Hanji, Auntie Sajiji, English, please.
What good are the ceremonial lines drawn around your kitchen when these 4 are seated there with you?
Yes, so hold on a second. These 4 goes back to the first line, the 4 kind of women. One is the false. So let's stop talking about women. Let's ask about ourselves. Am I false-minded ever in my life? Do I have, number 2, cruelty in my life? Do I slander others, not only with my mouth, but even in my heart? And number 4, do I have deceitful anger? Because Guruji says, even if the lines of ceremonial lines means, last time when the pandits used to cook their meals, they used to draw this line around the kitchen to say, nobody's going to step in here because I'm going to cook something that's going to be very pavitr, very pious. So these lines were drawn around the kitchen to make sure no one comes in and spoils the piousness of their food. But Guruji says, forget about that are outside. If these 4 things are seated there with you, no number of lines is going to matter. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So next one says on the positive side, such a sanjam karani kara navan nao japehi. Hanji, and English, please.
Make truth your self-discipline and make good deeds the line you draw. Make chanting the name your cleansing bath.
Yes. So the first question we got to ask ourselves is, do we have negative thoughts and emotions that hold us back? Because that is all the negative things. Am I right?
Yes.
The second question we got to ask ourselves now is, how many of you would like to have a more positive, a more vibrant inner world? And if we want to have that, then truth has to be the self-discipline. Say, wow, number 1.
Wow.
But 2,
Wow.
deeds must be, because that's the lines we draw around ourselves. And number 3, chanting the name is the Ishanam, the cleansing bath we need to do every day. Say, wow.
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 I think this talks about the negativity that is always within us, and by recognizing the inner villains. So what are the inner villains? Let's go back to the first line. False-mindedness.
Minded is the drama woman.
3, slandering others, even within our heart. Never open the mouth, doesn't matter. Deceitful anger that we have. These are 4 villains. They are all inside us. False-mindedness, cruelty, slander, and deceitful anger. And can we do something about it? Say, I better start doing about it.
I better start doing it.
Anji, because we need to have truth, we need to have self-discipline, we need to have good deeds in our life, we need to have chanting Naam all the time, because this, we are going to transform them. So nobody can get rid of the Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Hankar, or all these things that we spoke about. Villains, they are the Daku inside us, the thieves who are looting us all the time. Are you with me there?
Yes.
Yes.
But a cleansing bath, because Nanak, Agge Dei Je Papa Pandana Dehi. Hanji, Auntie Jessie G, English, please.
Tan Sri Guru Nanak, those who do not walk in the ways of sin shall be exalted in the world hereafter.
Yeah, so exalted means people will respect such kind of people, and the world hereafter, after we die. But after this lecture is over, it's also the world we live in hereafter, which means from this moment onwards, if we get rid of this papa is this ways of sin. If we get rid of the four sinful ways that Guruji spoke about in the first line, how do we do that? By mindfulness. Let's be aware of our thoughts. Let's be aware of our when negativity arises, let's acknowledge without judgment and say, maybe I also need to change myself. Say, wow.
Wow.
Am I right? We all need to change ourselves. Otherwise, what's the use? We spend together learning so many things. If we do not have that kind of, self-awareness that maybe galtiyan karda, that I also do some mistakes and I better improve myself, then what is the use of doing all this session? Say, now I got it.
Now
I got it.
Yes, but we need to do it with self-love, self-compassion. We all have negative tendencies. Yes, you may deny it. You may say, no, la meta being her. But no, we all have negative tendencies, maybe to different degrees. So don't beat yourself up, but strive for improvement. Say, I will strive for improvement.
I will strive for improvement.
Yeah, so let's focus on the positive. Let us cultivate good thoughts, good actions of truth, good deeds. Let's chant the name of, because that's exactly such a sanjam karani kara navan now japehi. The moment we start to do this, our life will change. And look at the beautiful words our friend just wrote in the testimonial. And for those of you who are on Zoom, of course, you can unmute and chat with us and share your thoughts. But those who are listening to the recordings today or later on the live stream, goes out to 250,000 people and more. And those on YouTube and other channels, feel free to, just comment in the box below, or just get back to the wonderful people who shared the video, and you can always join us for the extended version after the 52 days, because too many requests are coming. Palji, what will happen after 52 days? I hope we become perfect. Don't you all want to be perfect? Say, I want to be perfect.
I want to be perfect.
Yeah, so let's listen to what Sarah says, then we'll discuss what happens after day 52. Sarah says, Palji, these teachings on the four inner villains were an eye-opener for me. The four inner villains, they're on screen for us. Number one. Number two, cruelty. Number three, slander of others. And number four, deceitful anger. She says these were eye-opener for me. I realized how much negativity was holding me back. But through your coaching, I learned practices like mindfulness and self-compassion. Now I'm replacing these negative emotions with positivity. Yes, with positive affirmations, with positive actions, and it's a journey, but I already feel lighter and at more peace already. Say wow.
Wow.
Yes, so let's replace it with truth. Let's replace it with self-discipline. Let's replace it with good deeds, and let's always chapper the naam, chanting. Say, now I got it.
Now I got it.
So let's all pray that we choose, oh Lord, bless us, that we cultivate truth, kindness, positivity in our lives. And please bless us that we release the negativity and embrace our nice, beautiful spiritual self, so we can become with you. Say, I'm ready to become by Guruji. Okay, I heard the cough means I'm ready to become one with Vaiguruji. So let's do some homework. Take some moment today after this lecture. Reflect on your thoughts. Reflect on our emotions. Notice any negativity. Then choose one positive thing that we want to repeat today. And maybe it could be this line, such as Sanjam Karani Kara Navana
Japi Japari
Kara Navana
Japi
Karani
Sanjam Karnikara
Kara
Navan Japi
Navana I don't know, maybe just take this one line from today's lecture. Maybe Navar now Japehi is also good enough, but every day and chant, and then consider maybe I need to now come for the 3-hour coaching, the 2-day programs, the 1-week boot camp. So after 52 days, I can still stay tuned. Say wow.
Wow.
I'm not joking, because the next part is the important part. It's called, we have already done now. The next part is it's going to teach us how to go from a crow to a swan. Say wow.
Wow.
It's only 2 lines for this Shabad, but it's called transformation from a crow to a swan. Are you ready to know the secret? Say yes.
Yes.
So kya hans kya bagla ko nadar kare. Ji, who's the
Nepalji didn't come out on the screen.
Palji.
Is such a sanjam karni kara.